Now, there's a lot of color going on there. I don't know if you're just a colorful person or if you're about to drug someone's coffee.
I am. I'm just a colorful person. Is this a coffee drugger outfit?
Is that Cosby? It looks like Cosby would wear something, you know, slip a pill in there and then...
Oh, yeah, that's right. About to slip something in your drink? What? No, come on.
Well, no, he didn't.
It's not too soon. Is it too soon?
It's not too soon. I don't think it's ever too soon for
I don't think Joyville has to work that hard for dates.
No, I don't think she has to work that hard.
Right.
Google this internal anti-diversity memo, and I know you've talked a lot about wanting to build up young men instead of tear them down like the modern feminist movement has. That's been a big part of what you discussed. So you said you read this internal memo at Google?
It didn't come off as sexist or misogynistic or racist or any of the things they're telling us that it did come off at. It simply came off as factual and also this guy's opinion. And he wasn't name calling. He was equally saying women are good at this and men are good at this. And
that's the key. That's what's so important. And not many people have been talking about it. I'm so glad you brought that up. They say this guy alleges that women are unfit for the tech industry. It's not. He says, by the way, this is not to say that every man is this way or every woman is this way. We are just talking about, on average, what we value. And what he was saying was, in tandem with the policies you currently have, or you may want to re-examine, we may want to place greater value on the aspects of the job where women might excel. For example, women are more cooperative. And he goes through a list of...
Better communication. He literally says that. He says, this is what women are better at, and this is why they take jobs in this way.
But why does your racist speak like hip-hop? That would seem like, oh, I'm a racist, yo! It seems...
Only for one color, yo! I don't want no mixed people!
That's a new character, the racist white thug. Yo, I ain't even about the blacks, though. I don't even like them, y'all. Like, what are you doing?
Posting that there is a trend to be anti-man. And for some reason, that's supposed to enable women to be more powerful. That doesn't make me more powerful if you cut down men. I love men. I want them to also be strong and powerful. That doesn't make me feel better if you now oppress men just because women have been oppressed.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. But
it's very, I guess, insightful that you would say that, where you say, well, you know what, building up women doesn't mean tearing down men, and tearing down men is not in any way helpful to women. I mean, listen, this is where it comes down to this idea of complementarianism, which we've talked about for a long time before sort of this awakening, this anti-social justice warrior movement now.
You're referring to the C word.
Yes, the C word, complementarianism, where men excel in certain roles, as a general rule, not always, and women excel in other roles, as a general rule, not always. You'll find some crossover. We're not saying there isn't crossover, but we are saying that if we're looking to specifically create diversity for diversity's sake, it really should be based on diversity of thought, diversity of opinions, diversity of value added. I mean,
the women I know who are really badass, who do work in engineering and who do say, yeah, it's a male-dominated field, they love it. They love hanging out with the guys. They don't feel alone. They fully embrace what they do, and that's their personality type.
Just a huge irony the left doesn't see here. They see, pointing out the differences, the diversity, to use a word, between men and women as demeaning. It's like, I thought we were supposed to embrace our differences. Differences don't mean, different doesn't mean less than, it means different.
We're supposed to celebrate them.
Within the workplace, you should be able to say, listen, I don't agree with this. And he did it in such a way that was so not demeaning, so not insulting.
Right. So if this can't be met with like, okay, you know what, we don't necessarily agree, but let's explore these ideas here.
So they don't want true diversity. They want diversity of looks and genders, but they don't want diversity of thought, which is not true diversity.
No, it's not true diversity at all, especially for a tech company where it's about idea. You don't have a physical commodity. You're dealing in the universe of ideas. But I need to see Dunkirk this weekend.
Dunkirk is awesome. It's such a good movie. So it had a lot of controversy surrounding it because it was like all male, and Marie Claire, a major magazine I used to look at every so often, women's mainstream magazine, posted an article online saying that it celebrated maleness. Really, and it showcased men dying for their country. It showcased men who were giving everything, but celebrating maleness. First of all, what's wrong with celebrating maleness? Why is maleness a dirty word? Why do we have things like toxic masculinity? Yeah. I'm really worried. I grew up in a girl power era, and I think that that's great. I definitely believe in girl power. But what if I was a boy? I feel like if I was a boy, I would feel really left out. Because if you say boy power or male power, you're sexist. But if you say girl power or female power, you're not sexist.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's funny that
Not
you know, the way we honor masculinity in that film, it's celebrating masculinity through the death of males because they showed up to work and died. Whereas at Google, in order to protest the mere concept that they might handle stress more emotionally, they called in sick. Thank you, ladies of Google. By the way, I don't think all women are that weak and sensitive. Just the broads at Google. I bet you Joy Villa would drag her ass into work the next day, even if she didn't want to, because she knows that's her job. But at Google,
that's the thing. The fact that this guy got fired and that this whole Google thing is such a controversy, it's like, wait, you won't even let a guy bring up these topics because what? Women are going to cry?
Yeah.
Women are going to be too offended?
Yes.
What? We're tougher than that. Women can take it. Let us have an equal dialogue. We're supposed to be fighting for equality here, but we're really not. It's only equality if men are not allowed. And that worries me because I was raised by a strong male. My dad, Christian minister, raised me and my mom, but my dad was really a strong influence. He taught me that men should treat women with respect and provide for the family and be of principle and ethics. And that's how I viewed men. I said, okay, I'm going to base every man on how.
Oh, we're getting some aggression. We're gonna probably have to cut this relatively short. But father sounds like a Nazi. I guess that's to be expected with at Joy _Villa.
Joy Villa,
thank you so much for being with us. We do have to go to a break, but we'll have you back soon.